A top focus at 10 a.m. remains that encounter which is going on in Pulwama's Tral area. 2 terrorists have been reportedly gunned down in Jammu and Kashmir's Pulwama, where security forces continue to engage in a fierce gun battle with terrorists. Local terrorist Aqib Maulvi is believed to be killed in the encounter along with a Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist named Osama. 1 police personnel has been martyred in the encounter and 5 security personnel have been injured. Security forces cornered terrorists in Pulwama's Tral area after miscreants resorted to stone pelting against the police force to help terrorists flee the area. Reinforcements were immediately called in after a stone pelter snatched a police rifle. The terrorists were holed up in a building and heavy gunfire was exchanged. In a joint operation by the state police and the army, firing resumed again in the morning and clashes have broken out at the encounter site. Reportedly, security forces also managed to corner top Hizbul commander Sabzar Bhatt, who was the right hand of Burhan Wani as well. Sabzar was holed up in the building that the forces blew up later. I'm joined by India Today's Kashmir Bureau Chief Ashraf Wani for more on this. Ashraf, what is the latest? Is the encounter still underway?
Archana, this encounter is now over. Basically, the house in which these militants were hiding was brought down by an explosive, and now the rebels have been cleared almost, and 2 militants are believed to be killed in this encounter, which was the input with the security forces. One is the local by the name Aqib Maulvi, who is from Hizbul Mujahideen. Another one is a Pakistani. His name is Osama, Abu Osama, his code, and he belongs to the Jaish-e-Mohammed. Now, one thing becomes clear, that now for recent times we have seen the militant activities carried out here in the Kashmir Valley are being carried out jointly by the Hizbul Mujahideen and other terror groups from Pakistan like Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba. What happened in this particular encounter is very significant. There was an operation launched by the security forces of Rashtriya Rifles and Special Operation Group in the evening of Saturday. But when there was stone pelting, there were clashes reported from the different villages as well as on the encounter site. Then special forces from the army as well as from the Special Operation Group of Jammu and Kashmir police were put into the encounter, and finally they brought down that house in which these militants were hiding. It was believed probably the top leadership of Hizbul Mujahideen is also hiding in the same village, which is Nazneenpora in Tral of Pulwama district, but probably some of them managed to escape during the night in the cover of stone pelting and protests. Now, almost all, there is no exchange of fire. Encounter is over. 2 militants have been reportedly killed. Their dead bodies are yet to be recovered from the debris of the house which was brought down. And 1 policeman who got martyred, his wreath-laying took place here in Srinagar district police line just few minutes later. And also the 5 security personnel, including an army major who has got injured, are being treated in the army hospital here in Srinagar.
Okay. Ashraf, please stay on with us. I'm also joined by India Today's Kamaljeet Sandhu, who covers the Home Ministry for us. Kamaljeet, 1 police person has also been martyred, and as this operation is underway, can you please give us the latest from the Home Ministry's point of view? What's the latest?
Well, obviously, the Home Ministry is concerned about the situation and especially spike in militant attacks, terror attacks taking place in the valley. There has been a stern warning which came in from the Army Chief Bipin Rawat, and despite that stone pelter warning that was given, there was stone pelting which was done. But more importantly is the sort of smoke screen which was built by the militants. Remember, once they were located in a residential complex, the police used the IED. It was a joint operation of the SOG, the CRPF and the Rashtriya Rifles. But what we've been told is that the militants were able to communicate their own presence, that they were trapped to the overground workers who did manage to gather crowd. They tried to send out a message that top militants were actually hiding, and that is why their sympathizers should come and protest and do stone pelting. So this is a sort of smoke screen which has been built and has been exposed. The other is about how Jaish-e-Mohammed and Hizbul Mujahideen seem to be working very closely in some of the districts, including Pulwama district, where this entire encounter has taken place. Third, importantly, is about the situation of Tral. Remember, Burhan Wani came from this particular village itself, and this is where it is going to be significant that terror activities continues to thrive in Tral, though there are more encounters taking place. Remember, we were talking about Aqib Maulvi. He's one of the top commanders of Hizbul Mujahideen. The other man who's been identified is Osama. He's from Jaish-e-Mohammed. He's a Pakistani militant. So yes, once they've been killed, now remember, it is not just about counting the number of martyrs and counting the number of soldiers who've got bullet injuries. It's also about the strategy, about how there are more well-synchronized operations which have been taking place between security forces, whether we were talking about the Jammu Kashmir Police and the CRPF or JKP and the army. So yes, terror operations continue to take place, but at this point of time, a setback to Hizbul Mujahideen.
All right, thank you so much, Kamaljeet Sandhu and Ashraf Wani, for the latest updates. We will come back to this big story of the day, but for now, shifting focus to Uttar Pradesh, where another candidate from the Bahujan Samajwadi Party has been booked for gang rape. BSP candidate from Ayodhya, Bazmi Siddiqui, has been booked for allegedly raping a woman in UP's Faizabad on Saturday. Police have confirmed that 5 of his accused aides have also been arrested. Siddiqui has claimed that the case was a political conspiracy against him. The complainant has alleged that Siddiqui and his men forcibly entered her house and beat up her family members brutally. One of her differently abled relative was also not spared. She also claimed that Siddiqui had raped her 3 months ago, but the local police covered up the case and did not register any complaint. This comes after rape-accused UP's Transport Minister Gayatri Prajapati's passport was impounded on Saturday and a lookout notice issued against him. Massive manhunt is still underway for Gayatri Prajapati.
कोतवाली थाने में बजमी सिद्दीकी तथा अन्य 7 लोगों के खिलाफ बलात्कार और लूट की सुसंगत धाराओं में मुकदमा पंजीकृत किया गया है। इसमें 5 लोगों को पुलिस ने हिरासत में लिया है, जिनसे पूछताछ चल रही है और आगे इस पर कार्रवाई की जाएगी।
मारने पीटने के साथ साथ सब लोग ने मेरे साथ गलत काम किया। बज़मी सिद्दीकी ने भी, और जितने लोग उनके साथ थे सब मेरे सीने पे सवार थे और सब ने मेरे साथ गलत काम किया। तो कहती हैं कि अरे क्या कहते हैं, हमें शोषण हटाना है, अब बीच रोड पे शोषण प्रत्याशी कर रहा है।
ये है इनका। और वो बता रही है कि और मैं पिछले 1 दिन से 2 दिन से मैं लखनऊ में था। जिस समय की वो घटना बता रही है, मैं 11 बजे रात में आया हूँ। विपक्षी अपनी हार को देख के बौखला गए हैं। उनको समझ में नहीं आ रही है कि ये बहुजन समाज पार्टी की आंधी जो चली है, ये आंधी हमको 11 तारीख को तो उड़ा ले जाएगी। अब क्षमा बुझने की बारी है। तो आपने देखा नहीं कि क्षमा बुझने से पहले एक बार ऐसे फड़फड़ाती है, तो फड़फड़ा लें। 11 तारीख अब दिन दूर नहीं कि अयोध्या की सीट बहुजन समाज पार्टी के खाते में ये माननीय जनता ने डाल दिया है। ये इन प्रत्याशियों को एहसास हो गया है, तो ये सब बहकी हरकत कर रहे हैं।
So there you heard Bazmi Siddiqui, who's the accused BSP MLA, who's accused of gang raping a woman in Faizabad. He's clearly saying that it's a case of political conspiracy against him. He's saying that the world will know the truth because on 11th March results of assembly elections will be declared, and he's saying that all this is happening because it's election time and the opposition, the other parties, are scared of the Bahujan Samajwadi Party. Remember, a similar scene is playing out in Uttar Pradesh because not just the BSP, it is also the Samajwadi Party, the ruling government, which has a rape taint on itself because its top minister, Transport Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Gayatri Prajapati, is absconding. He is also accused of raping a girl, and there has been a non-bailable warrant issued against him. He is absconding, his passport has been revoked. But these two incidents completely telling a different story of Uttar Pradesh right at the time of elections, when the Samajwadi Party led by Akhilesh Yadav is promising that kaam bolta hai, and they are proving that they are trying to say that it is their work which will speak, but they still have to answer on a lot of questions related to Gayatri Prajapati. And on the other hand, Mayawati, which has consistently played her Dalit card and also said that women's safety remains her top priority, and now one of her MLAs who's contesting from Ayodhya has been accused of gang raping a woman. For more on this, I'm joined by Shiv Pujan Jha, Deputy Editor of India Today. Shiv, what's the latest as far as the investigation is concerned in the BSP candidate incident?
Well, you see that the BSP candidate has been alleging that it is largely a political conspiracy against him, showing all the injury marks. This incident took place on Thursday. The victim has been alleging that apparently 7 people came to her, refused the child, they beat her up and then subsequently all of them, they took turns to gang rape her. Case, and apparently 5 other associates of Mr. Siddiqui have been taken into custody. But this is not one thing. The victim has been alleging apparently that even earlier, this particular person, the BSP leader, Siddiqui, he had gang raped her, and the police had very conveniently taken the name of Mr. Siddiqui away from the FIR. Simple on the pretext that the location which was given by the victim was not in match with the scene being played by the UP police.
Okay, I think we have some audio issues with the Shiv Pujan's audio link, but we will try and fix that. But all eyes remain on how the UP police handles these 2 big cases, because the ruling party and the opposition are both facing charges, some real serious charges against them.